peaceful people struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We
Oh yes, a lot of you gon' vex, but I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mix up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. It's a message I just want you to understand. Stop and think for a minute. Really think for a minute. If we can't fix the present, then we should work on the future.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey. Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I...
Good morning, and welcome down to another episode of Livewire. It's the 10th of June 2024, And it's Monday. We had a good weekend. Time to get back out, get back on the grind, doing what we do during the week to ensure we can, enjoy the life we want to live and progress in the ways that we want to progress. Morning to all the persons tuning in on the live already, all the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions, and all those persons, those Guyanese joining us across the diaspora, and all those non Guyanese too. We welcome all y'all down here on Livewire. So morning to the persons tuned in already. Rahim Amarali, Ganesh Bharat, Vishnu Narain joining us from NYC. Balwant Danraj, morning to you. Derek Drupal, Sherry Ramdai, morning to you. Terence, morning. Rose, morning to you. Ram Narain Singh, Alan Khan, Veena Ramkaran, Mohammed Isaf, Camille Narain joining us from Minnesota. Umar Sharif, Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada. Indapal Narain joining us from Minnesota as well. Deshaun Abrams, morning to you. Soma Bipat, Camila Jai, Kayum. Jamila turning into Jayum now. So Bipat, morning to you. Gopal Kisun Paul, good morning to you. Anthony Wong joining us from France. Sherwin Siram, Lola Harry, Sally Jones, Cindy Saruchan, morning to you. For some I'm seeing you here. Morning and welcome. Pam, morning to you and Trevor. Keith Adams, morning to you. Faisal Ghani, Bibi Kali Chiran, Jainarain Jagmohan, good morning to you. Joining us from Florida. Tracy Martindale. Y'all, Tracy Martindale is a big karaoke star. Y'all check out John Mitchell page there, man. Karaoke on Facebook now. Gayatri Baldio, morning to you. Dianan Suku, Mazo Inshan, Jasoda Budram, VJ Lacha, morning to you. Maureen Razio, Leroy Mangal, morning to you. Takur Bridgelal, morning to you. Welcome back, brother. Cesarine Samaru, Frank Basu, sorry, Frank Basu. Okay, Frank Basu joining us from Tahiti. What? We going far, people. Livewire live in Tahiti right now. Christopher Prasad, morning to you. Miss Baba Otomoko, morning. Malchan Ramnarain, morning to you. Gillian Philip Diabru, Sister Ram Prasad, Leslie Mangal, Norman Aziz, Henry Jagdio, Lily Prashad, excuse me, Rudolph Sarju, morning to you. Savita Rose, Dale Henry, Ron Jones, excuse me. I'm sorry. Ron Jones, morning to you. Still waiting on that call back. I didn't get a call back from you yet. Michael, morning to you. Rakesh, morning to you. I ain't gonna try with the last name. Lily Prashad, morning to you. Pushram Kishore, Chitra Sukraj, morning. Sira Mosley, Sira Gadraj, morning to you. Wazim Nabi, morning to you. Shakila Khan, Mohammed Ishmael, Nirmala Allen joining us from Barbados, and Robert Innes. What? All the way from Norway. What? Hey, we international here on Livewire, you know. Hey, we international on Livewire. Norway and Tahiti in the house. France in the house. NYC in the house. Minnesota. Toronto. Brampton. We all over the place, man. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for being here every morning with me. As we go through the paces. Now, first of all, family, the Lord thinks every day. So first of all, I must morning to Yumona joining us from Kumaka Mines. I saw the comment on Facebook, but I'm not seeing it in the software here. So I did see her comment, but I didn't see it in the comments list when I was scrolling down. So morning to Yumona from Kumaka Mines. Hope you have a wonderful day today, and your day is productive. So first things first, you notice we were having a lot of these You know, we were having a lot of these as of recent. I had a certain social media influencer. Special good morning to Council Stephanie Nelson Moore on the live. Late, but on the live. We happy she here though. And folks, y'all know somebody there at PNC Bingo? Did anybody know that somebody died at the PNC Bingo? I didn't even know. It's yesterday through the grapevine. But what happened to the media houses? How nobody in cover this thing? Somebody, a female would have died at the PNC, the recently concluded PNC Bingo. I think I show y'all pictures of the bingo the other day. Nobody knew, but it got out. Somebody passed away. The bingo was dark. Trouble. But I don't want to speculate too much. It might have been a rigging of the bingo numbers that caused the lady to have a heart attack. You know, is it when you put all your things on the right numbers and you had a bingo, and then when you go up to the front, there's somebody telling you your numbers wrong, are telling you that you need an interlocutor to decide whether you bingo number right or wrong. Trouble. Trouble. Okay. Vishnu Bari said Owen Arthur died too. But it wasn't at bingo, Vishnu. You understand? No, I'm seeing here now that people are saying it's a resident of Muck. Like I'm the only one that was out the loop. But yes, a resident passed away at the PNC Bingo. Apparently it's a Maconian, and condolences to the family and that kind of thing. You know, you gotta be careful. Life is short and fleeting. Anyway, back to the topic. So, like I was saying, y'all remember that we were having all of these here. All of a sudden, Ipadiji kept sense. They hosting public meeting and stuff. Right? All of a sudden, Ipadiji kept sense. They holding public meeting. Simona Brooms, David Hines, the former commissioner of police, Winston Felix, the man who just create problems and then disappear, Nigel Hughes. This lady, I think she's the new chair of Ipadiji, and I don't know who the person is on the top. But this was supposed to be held at 5 p.m. June 7. Guess what else happened on June 7, people? Guess what else happened on June 7? The government of Guyana nipped the problem in the bud. So instead of having a long back and forth, just a second, people. Oh, shucks. Right, so be back. Jane, morning to you. Right. Leslie Mangal said they need a recount. They needed a recount at the big go. But anyway, back to serious things. So I was happy to see when this missive was issued from the Ministry of Parliamentary Governance and Parliamentary Affairs, which nipped this problem in the bud, right? So the government would have issued a letter, and based on this letter, it would have allowed for as what they wanted, or what would have upset certain people. The removal of the term male Negro. You understand? So the cabinet would have made a decision to, and on the 6th, the letter was issued on the 7th, but on the 6th, the cabinet would have made a decision to I'll read the third paragraph. Recognizing that many Guyanese find the term Negro or East Indian offensive. The cabinet has decided on June 6, 2024, that the terms used by the Guyana Police Force, including immigration and the health sector, as forms of identification and epidemiological reference, okay, as identification and another reference to ethnic descriptions, will now read as follow: Guyanese of African descent, Guyanese of Indian descent, Guyanese Amerindian, Guyanese of mixed ancestry, Guyanese of Portuguese descent, Guyanese of Chinese descent. So the government made it better, right? You complain about it, all of a sudden, the government address it. Thank God for the Irfan Ali-led administration, addressing problems in a timely manner, right? That's another feather in the cap of the Irfan Ali-led administration, addressing issues in a timely manner. Now, my question is this, people. What is the angle that they will use now? So the term male Negro has been removed. We're using Guyanese of African descent, Guyanese of Indian descent, and whatnot. What will be their reason now, or what will they deflect now in relation to Kadaki's issue? Right? Male Negro is a non-issue now. The government has corrected it. So I would love to see how Nigel Hughes decides to refocus and redeploy his smoke and mirrors campaign on Kadaki's behalf. You have nothing to row about now. It has been addressed. Now let us address the circulation and the transmission of what Kadaki circulated and transmitted. Right? So we have no issue with the terminology anymore. And then I saw Nigel Hughes on his page. Let me see if I find it quick. Talking about, but don't shoot the messenger and a set of nonsense. When the messenger decided to take up the message? When did the messenger decide to take up the message? Nigel Hughes has been functioning as an attorney in this. Oh, also he said in the post that something about 1966, he was 2 years old. Okay, Nigel Hughes, how many years have you been practicing law? How many years have you been representing persons that were of African descent or male Negroes? I don't think it's against the law for me to say it. Nigel Hughes, I'm asking you, how many male Negroes have you represented in your career as a lawyer? And an illustrious career, I might add, at that. How many male Negroes have you represented? So if this was an issue that Nigel Hughes would have rose 10, 15, 20 years ago, in his younger days as a lawyer, to say, oh, look at this, we need to change this, I had no issue. And yes, the term may be deemed by some as derogatory, but don't let's confuse Negro with nigger. You understand? Negro and nigger is two totally different things. And while some persons might be offended at the term nigger, or I should say Negro, it's a whole different vibe if you call a person of African descent a nigger, more so if you're not of African descent yourself. You understand me? It's a bigger problem. So this thing but N-word and N-word, the N-word is nigger. That is the N-word, nigger. Negro was never the N-word, right? And if society has decided that we don't want to use Negro anymore, that's fine. But don't be a bloody hypocrite, Nigel Hughes. Many of those African Guyanese who you would have, and mind you, I ain't saying Nigel Hughes only represent African Guyanese. You understand? I'm saying that in his younger days, before Kadaki um, before Kadaki had his incident of transmitting and circulating those terrible things he transmitted and circulated, Nigel Hughes could have raised this point. Since the first year of recognizing people of African descent, the international decade, after I think we're in an extension of the decade of jeez. Ipadaji is the international decade of persons of African descent, something of that sort, right? I am saying Ipadaji when the decade began, Vincent Henry is Vincent Henry, Vincent Alexander. I talk about Vincent Henry because Vincent Henry beat Aubrey Norton at the APNU elections. Vincent Alexander is a lawyer as well. Vincent Alexander is a lawyer as well. Vincent Alexander holds a prominent position in Ipadaji. I am absolutely sure Vincent Alexander would have read documents, whether it be from the police or the hospital, that use this terminology. So why wasn't this one of the first things that Vincent Alexander jumped behind when Ipadaji started, or the decade of wandering persons of African descent started? All of a sudden, male Negro is an issue? Well, it's not an issue anymore. Thank you to the government of Guyana. It's not an issue anymore. Right? It's not an issue anymore. So I'm waiting to hear what they will use to deflect from the nonsense that Kadaki encouraged on this program. Right? So again, hats off to the government of Guyana for addressing this in a timely manner. You understand? And based on the laws of the Guyana, I'm expecting the long arm of the law to reach out and get Kadaki. You understand me? The male Negro thing is dead. We got official documents. We rolling like the squatters in Mocha. Get tell a fancy story. Right? We get tell a fancy story, but ancestral land and COI and ain't got nothing to show. Us male Negroes in Guyana now have a document to show that the police cannot call us that anymore. The hospital cannot describe us as that anymore. We have documentation and we're happy, right? So nobody called me a male Negro anymore. Guyanese of African descent. Thank you to the government of Guyana. Granger didn't get them to do this. Granger didn't get them to do this. I sure when you're signing up for GDF, you understand? You got to put your ethnicity. I don't know, but probably male Negro is there. Why Granger didn't fix it? Why Granger didn't fix it? The champion for Afro-Guyanese rights in this country, allegedly, the alleged champion for Afro-Guyanese rights, ain't doing what it's supposed to do for Afro-Guyanese. You understand? Talking about Afro-Guyanese, when have y'all seen a photo like this here in relation to Ipadaji? When have y'all seen a photo like this, trying to make it bigger, in relation to Ipadaji? I go wait. Come, you gotta wait a while. And that is what I'm saying. Ipadaji has failed, in my view, to fulfill their mandate. They have failed to fulfill their mandate. Because they're supposed to be empowering Afro-Guyanese groups in this country. And they were empowering themselves. Most of the money they take went to salaries. And salaries are the big wigs. You understand? So this photo you're seeing here, 27 Afro-Guyanese organizations received the second tranche of funding of support for their development projects. Now, the funds were distributed during a ceremony at the Artichoke Conference Center, attended by the Prime Minister Mark Phillips, the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport Charles Ramson, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Onij Run. Now, the funds will support a variety of community needs, including agriculture, healthcare, cultural sensitization, and civic engagement. Right? Dr. Easton of the Association of People of African Descent highlighted that their funds will go towards medical supplies and services to vulnerable communities. Right? Now, Ms. McWatt from the Afro-Guyanese Union plans to use the funds for events promoting Afro-Guyanese culture in dance, fashion, and performing arts. Miss Ellis Lee from the African Renaissance Outreach aims to use their funds to promote civic engagement and social justice within Afro-Guyanese communities. Now, to give you some historical context, the funding aligns with the UN's International Decade for People of African Descent, which runs from 2015 to 2024, aimed at supporting and empowering Afro-descendant communities worldwide. We can say that our version of Ipadaji does that, well, at least locally. They're not trying it, right? Now, previously, these funds were managed by Ipadaji with a significant portion going for operational costs. So they can rent a big building, the executive committee getting big salary, they got staff at the office, they got to get paid, so they didn't have money to give out to these organizations, right? They didn't have money to give out to these organizations. So the government restructured it, ensuring that 100% of the funds goes directly to community projects with operational costs covered by the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. Right? So the people are ensuring that the people get what they're supposed to get. The Afro-Guyanese people, the male Negroes, they're ensuring that they get what they're supposed to get. Because the persons who look like male Negroes in this country were fleecing them. Oh, let me say they get 100 million, 40 million alone is just to rent the building. You understand me? Now, Prime Minister Mark Phillips emphasized the government's commitment to shared prosperity and improving lives regardless of race or ethnicity, aligning with President Ali's One Guyana initiative. You understand? Minister Ramson also urged beneficiaries to ensure that their projects achieve the intended goals, emphasizing the importance of effective use of the funds. So again, you will not see a photo like this coming out of Ipadaji, right? If this was an Ipadaji event, they'd have had about 5 or 6 people there, and that's where all the money busts up between. Mind you, it's not like they're renting the building from somebody not associated with them, you know. It's a friend that they're going to rent the building from. They're going to pay themselves all the big salary. Then they're going to host an award ceremony where they're giving you a little ceramic strip in this, the must buy from Black Jewel. You understand? And that's what they're talking about, celebrating Afro-Guyanese and the decade of people of African descent. Get out of here. Get out of here. Trouble. Trouble. And talking about trouble, people, it is sticky in the APNU right now. Sticky and dark. Dark. So y'all remember that Aubrey Norton entering parliament as opposition leader. He wasn't the leader of the list or the leader of the APNU. Right? So based on my understanding, I think Vincent Henry now, the indigenous guy on the right hand of your screen, might have the ability to take Aubrey Norton out of parliament. Is that how it works? Or the leader list don't change until the election? One out of the two. But he's the leader of the APNU, and the APNU is the leader of the list. So if the APNU is contesting elections next year, how does Aubrey Norton find himself as presidential candidate? So he gets in a fight from APNU, the coalition. They don't like how we doing things because this guy is from GAP. And he gets in a fight from internally. So Rysdale right hooking, Christine left jabbing, and we don't know who else gonna jump out in the meantime. The end of the month is approaching fast. The end of the month is approaching fast, and we don't know who else is gonna jump out to join the race. Right? Now, Vincent Henry is the new chairman of the APNU, a partnership for national unity, and he insists that the recent election was valid and democratic despite the absence of the PNCR. Now, we know that any election held and the PNCR didn't take part in it is valid and democratic. Once the PNCR didn't take part in the election, we automatically know that it's valid and democratic. Right? Now, the People's National Congress Reform, led by Aubrey Norton, they did not attend the APNU Executive Council meeting where the elections took place. Henry states that invitations were sent, but PNCR claims they never received any invitation. And I don't believe Aubrey. They sent you the invitation. You didn't go. You didn't go. You didn't go. You know them people don't like you. You didn't go. Right? Now, there is evident tension between the APNU and the PNCR. The PNCR's release, they released a statement declaring that the elections were unauthorized and null, claiming they weren't properly notified. So is this familiar to anybody? PNC people can't get away, so automatically everything null and void, not credible. It's like charade, a not credible source. And that's how they operate. If they can't get the way, it ain't right. If they can't do it, it can't be done. And mind you, they don't do nothing. So nothing is supposed to happen at all in this country. You understand me? Nothing is supposed to happen at all in this country. So the APNU, all the other parties came together. All the parties that represent the APNU, all except one. And because that one ain't go, the majority wrong and the one right. Okay. Y'all don't see this being manifested in other activities the APNU involved in. Y'all don't see it. If they can't get the way, break up and done. Break it up and done. We are the most honest party in this nation with a track record to show. Right? With a track record to show. The most honest party. I don't know what they think it is at all. People not stupid. Now, the Vincent Henry argues that the APNU isn't a one-man show. Something like what Aubrey Norton is trying to turn the PNCR into, a one-man show. And decisions are made collectively. He maintains the elections were legitimate and that the PNCR was given adequate notice. So this here might be the complete break up of the coalition. Complete. Remember AFC went the way first. AFC went their way first. Now the small party saying, you know something, you're a big party, but it's like y'all big and stupid. We want y'all leading us. It's best we let one of these small parties take over. The levels and the amounts of stupidity exhibited by that party caused them to say, no, 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 no. It's best we get somebody else. We had enough of Granger. Now look what y'all give me. Y'all give me a Granger. No, y'all give me a Norton. Y'all like sparse. We done with this here. We are finished with this. Aubrey Norton will not lead this coalition into the next election. And then people up, out, and bad. You understand? So, again, Norton faces criticism from within his party. Former General Secretary Abnali accused him of running the PNC like a cake shop or like a pig pen, something he might have some experience in, suppressing dissenting voices. So if you don't agree with Aubrey Norton, it's trouble. It's his way or the highway, or his way or Dennis Street or can't remember what the highway name that passing Congress Place. But it's either you get on board or you get out. That is the stance Aubrey Norton has taken with the since he's collected the reins of the PNC. You understand? And if you don't support him, you're not going to be invited to the high-level meetings with the diplomatic corps, or you're not going to get to go on the trips, or you're not going to get, to go on the outreaches that they plan. So if you notice, certain places, or at least now, you don't see Royal Ford or Amanza with Aubrey anywhere now. Janice is his new shadow. Janice like he knew Baku. Right? Everywhere Janice Mahipal there with Aubrey. But I am telling you, be careful. Janice waiting till it's a little closer to the election, the Congress, I should say, and then you might be surprised that he jump out against you. And it's clear that the resurfacing of Mr. James Bond in Aubrey Norton's corner might not be as effective as they were hoping. It might not be as effective as they were hoping. The kind of damage Aubrey Norton has done, there's one word to describe it to that party, right? One word: catastrophic. You understand me? Catastrophic. Hard to come back from the kind of nonsense Aubrey Norton left them in. They know how much money they got. They know the CPU debt. They didn't even know how many members they got right now because they got no CPU. Right? They didn't even know how much members they got because they can't find the CPU. And I keep remembering what James Bond said. This is the most likable guy in the PNC right now. He's the most popular guy in the PNC right now. Clearly, the PNC ain't got people to like. Clearly. Clearly, the PNC got nobody to like. James Bond would have been a better option than this guy here. James Bond is known countrywide. James Bond young, could appeal to the youths. Aubrey Norton not even appealing to his age range, his age group. People don't want to see. Sicky, like, oh gosh. What we gonna do? What we gonna get ready? But y'all try with your worries, PNC. Y'all try with your worries. Ain't nothing that anybody else could do there to help y'all. Y'all gotta sort out your salvation and find some way to rein in Aubrey. I keep telling y'all, I waited on this Congress. I am waiting patiently. I am hoping, well, I've heard they're not having observers, and if they're having observers, I doubt they're gonna let in the media. Then too, they might only let in certain media because they might say, well, nah, we want y'all to broadcast with them. Yeah, Pam, I know he campaigning with Father Abraham. But what I'm saying, it could be a case where James Bond is bringing, or what James Bond has brought to the table, R.B. Norton has done so terribly that even James Bond can't fix. Remember, James is a lawyer. So look, James Bond, I ain't gonna jump back to the male Negro thing. Fine. Right? Listen, my point is, James Bond in the 2015 election captured a lot of the youth vote. Him, Christopher Jones, they captured a lot of the young people's vote. We have seen that Christopher Jones was a complete waste as a director of sport, right? A complete waste. James Bond was not given an opportunity to show his potential in government, either as an MP or head of an agency or anything like that. And I maintain James got real belly, like real belly. If I get sidelined like that, given the kind of role that James Bond played, who could have called me back from the PNC? Who? Who? You could imagine James and Chris led this youth thing. Well, no, I don't think Vote Like a Boss was their thing. Some this man. But if they was into this youth movement, getting the youth vote and that kind of thing, and Chris get a pint and James get dash in a corner. That was, and despite he might say introspection and he wanted to go off and do his own thing and stuff. Y'all remember he did a live outside the CID talking about support, and I think it's who Christopher Jones to get hold for something. Somebody to get hold for something, man. Something. And James was outside of CID lamenting the fact that certain people don't support certain people in the party, and when they really needed where they're supposed to be, they're not there, and a long thing standing up outside this CID before they get relocated to Vlesingian Road. Long life. So they sideline James. Right? They sideline James. And now, when the proverbial shit about to hit the fan in Congress Place, they bring back James because they know James is likable in the party. Unlike this one, easy robbery. Likable. But I gotta find out from the parliamentarians how this works. If Vincent Henry can either recall R.B. Norton from Parliament or put who he wants in Parliament because he's now the leader of the APNU, and the APNU is the current leader of the list on the opposition side. You understand? So Aubrey could have only got into Parliament with Granger's okay. You understand? They're not the head of the APNU anymore. Man, look. Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Anyway, people. Anyway, those are the things I wanted to share with you this morning. I gotta get out of here a little early, so we cut it short this morning here. We're gonna make up for it. We're gonna make up for it later in the week, right? We're supposed to be working out the dates for the Prime Minister's appearance on the program. He has been a bit busy, so we haven't set a date as yet. We were also supposed to have Walton Ryan on the program last week. He also had some pressing engagements in the morning. I think that's the issue. Given that it's a morning program, these government officials, they tend to have very busy days. Morning to Arnold Adams, Prime Minister representative there in Region 2. What we should do is try to get Mr. Adams on the program. Mr. Adams, please WhatsApp me at 671-6228. Let's work out what day you're available to tell us about all the happenings there in Essequibo, Pomeroon, Supernam, all the work that you and the RDC are engaged in up there, right? Today's Kadaki Court. Somebody asking me about Kadaki and Court. Hi, morning, Vishal. Go ahead. Go ahead, Vishal.
Hello?
Yeah, Vishal, go ahead.
Everything. Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead, Vishal.
Yes. I must commend the government on the recent allocation of funding to the African organization, the individual African organizations across Guyana, most of whom did not receive any funding from EPADG.
Yeah.
And they never apologized to nobody for that.
Yeah.
Now, let me look at EPADG. EPADG, this organization that acclaim or a title on themselves the champion of black interests. Now, there's a difference in ideology. When you look at when you analyze the ideological concept of EPADG, it's similar to APNU, because EPADG would have received, when the PPP took government, we're talking about the transfer from the PPP to the PPP government, right? They start receiving funding in when, 2017 or 2018?
Yeah, wrong there.
That's all? 2017. Now, if you look at the amount of money that they would have received from 2017 to 2019 or 2020, how many Afro-Guyanese would have benefited from any cash grant from the same money that was given to EPADG?
I ain't sure, boss. That's what I'm saying.
How could you tell capacity building equivalent to $42 million? How could you tell me salary equivalent to $40 million? And on the next note, you're saying that the work that is being executed by the members of EPADG or the officials of EPADG is voluntary. So you tell me voluntary and how you tell me what salary? Who really going on there, man?
I don't know.
What really going on there? I really understand what voluntary mean, man. I'm not a rocket scientist, bro. We went to the moon. And I believe that the earth slap. I know it's a spherical, right?
Right.
Revolving around the sun. And the solar system is within the galaxy among many billions of galaxies in the universe. I think I avoided the discussion, right? But I'm trying to rationalize these people thinking capacity in the virtue. I think that people believe in the flat earth theory. Real thing. Do you ever tell your brother? Hello?
I'm listening to
Do
you.
you believe in the flat earth theory, my brethren? Right? Those are the flat earth theorists. Right? Because you can't tell me that EPADG would have collected nearly $500 million Guyana dollars.
Yeah.
And even 50 Afro-Guyanese received 500,000 Guyana dollars, man. Yeah? It's just like me again. But they could have taken the 40 million and go into Buxton and Victoria and Grove and all them areas, share out these money to the people them who got small business. Empower your people. They start what you do. But you do is empower their people and E people.
Yep.
Look at the difference. Javier in back circle. This east one girl or west one girl. 127 million. Let me do a comparative analysis. Let me say the parity they receive in 1 year to collect 160 million. Javier went to give $127 million to 27 persons in a constituency that's supposed to be controlled by who? Slapnu, right?
Yeah.
So you see the difference in ideology, right?
Indeed.
You understand? That is why Afro-Guyanese, especially kudos to my young Afro-Guyanese brothers and sisters. In the numbers, and the numbers is in the thousands, they have disassociated themselves from Slapnu. Because Slapnu is just like the Black Lives Matter movement in America. That was just a money-making scheme. How many black people benefit from that in America? And how many black people benefit from apology that never got no apology from nobody? Yeah? How these people could love black people, Mr. Courdel? How? Let me hear.
By saying it, not by the actions.
They're like using black people. I didn't get you.
By saying it, not by their actions.
Right? Now, Mr. Nigel Hughes. I am actually sure Mr. Nigel Hughes, as a law and lawyer, years in the practice, or have been practicing for years or decades, never come across the word Negro. So why you didn't object to it before they start practicing law? Why you didn't object to it? These people can't compare to Kwame Nkrumah. These people can't compare to Patrice Lumumba. They can't compare to Nelson Mandela. They can't compare to Sankara. They can't compare to Paul Kagame. They can't compare to Mussolini of Uganda. They can't compare to Muammar Gaddafi. They can't even compare to Eric Williams. Not even Forbes Bonham, because we never get time with them right now. We're sleeping comfortable right now.
Don't wake the Kubaka. Don't wake the Kubaka. Leave the Kubaka and rest.
He's a prominent African card. He can't compare to Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Tufail Overture. They can't compare to these revolutionists. These were true revolutionary minds. If you give me a time, if I should have a time to expound on all these leaders, the APNU, the entire leadership of the APNU, the entire leadership of the organization that align with the APNU, that share the same sentiment like the APNU, as the APNU do. They cannot compare.
Yeah.
Not even individual intellectual could compare to these prominent black revolutionists. You understand? When Mr. Nelson Mandela started law in 1962, he made a tremendous impact on the white apartheid government because the struggle began when he started law, practicing law. You understand? Go research it, my brother. Me not tell you no dreams. Right?
Yeah.
When Patrice Lumumba of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which was back then the name was Zaire. That was the name, the native name. It was Congo when Patrice Lumumba took power, and when they assassinated Patrice Lumumba and dissolved his body in acid, and they installed a man that is sent to their interest by the name of Desmond Mobutu He renamed the country Zaire, but he was still a white puppet. He was still a white puppet, brother. He's like Bonham. Bonham took assumed the leader of Guyana in 1964 after the Whig election, and the British gave Guyana independence under his tenureship. However, he was not the true father of Guyana that actually fought for independence. Cde demanded stardom. You know, Kwame and Nkrumah told Cde not to trust Bonham when they went to Ghana in 1957. You know, Indira Gandhi told Jagan not to trust Bonham because they knew he was a sellout. Enjoy this.
Thanks for coming through, Vishal. I'll give you a call a little late in the day. We got something to discuss. Vishal, he calling. He been calling. So let me give you a chance to get out. He bite. Right? So Vishal always engaging as usual. I was about to head out of here. Vishal mentioned something I wanted to comment on, but it slipped my mind. Mr. Adams, 671-6228, 671-6228. Message me, let's set the date. Right? Let's get the OPM rep for Region 2. Let's get him on the program and see what's going on, right? 627. Same number 627. 671. Why? What am I saying? 671-6228. 671-6228. Call me or message me, Mr. Adams, and let's link up, right? Guys, was wonderful being here with you. Y'all be safe, be productive today. It's Monday. Hey, please take it light on the road. Just last night there was an accident. We gotta do better, people. We gotta do better. Stop the drinking and driving. Oh my God, no! I can't go nowhere yet. I promised y'all a video since last week. I can't go without giving it to y'all. I can't go without giving it to you.
What kind?
Look here, as the sign said, fraud is fraud. You hear me? Fraud is fraud. And that is why I am in complete support of, let me show y'all. Hold on, people. She's right. That's why I'm in complete support of this here. Right? Morning to Councillor Chase Green joining us on the live. It gotta be Mackerel family. This gotta be Mackerel family here in Guyana. Somebody else calling. As soon as I remember my thing, y'all calling in. Morning. Hello, good morning. Oh gosh, they're listening to the live and not the phone. I did answer your call though. Right? Again, people, June 15th, bring out the men, bring out the boys, the teenagers, the adolescents, everybody. Bring them out. We are having too much fraud in this country. Fraud is fraud.
Fraud is fraud.
That is fraud.
Fraud is fraud.
What?
Fraud is fraud. Fraud is fraud. Fraud that thing.
No, you must go, sir. Oh my God, well, what is this?
What kind is need?
What is this?
Fraud is fraud.
That is fraud. What's with my fraud is fraud face? What is this? What is this? Seriously? I had to find some office work for he to do. He can go out and protest on my party's behalf. You hear me? You stay in here and print some flyers or staple some documents or so. Where you going? You understand me? This here is fraud by name and nature. He is the definition of the site. Fraud is fraud. You understand? So again, men's walk, pre-Father's Day men's walk. All the boys, the adolescents, the young boys, bring them out so that they will know how real men operate. And they won't be sidetracked by no fraud. You understand me? I downloaded this video about 3 days now. And I keep forgetting to post it. Keep forgetting to share it with y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's something else I wanted to show you guys before I go. Darn. Let me see if I see it here. But fraud is fraud, people. Fraud is fraud. I finding it. But men's walk June 15th, right? They're gonna be starting at the Human Services and Social Security Ministry, heading to Camp Street and then west into the National Park. Guys, I'm out of here. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. Fraud is fraud. Fraud is fraud. Who must go? You must go, sir. You must go. You must go. You understand? So come out this Friday and support the men pre-Father's Day men's walk, and you know, be a part of good things. Let's lead the future men of Guyana in the right direction. This is not what we want from our future male leaders.
What kind is need?
Not you, sir.
Fraud is fraud. Fraud is fraud.
Fraud is fraud.
Fraud is fraud.
Fraud is
Fraud
fraud.
is fraud.
Fraud is fraud. Fraud is fraud. Fraud is fraud. Hey, y'all have a good day. See you guys back here tomorrow, same time, same place, and continue to be good Guyanese. As I usually say before I go, it's all about peace, love, one Guyana.
Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home.